How many of you realized everyone is just like you? Advaita. So many bodies moving, but the same idea moving. Same idea in so many bodies. How many of you realized that? How many of you feel relieved? Such big load has gone out. Good. Come on, let me listen to a few of you. Let me listen to what your experience. Come to the mic. Listen. What you experienced through this process of going around and sharing. Only that I want to listen. Go ahead.
Wow, so my heart felt like it was expanding, which with each and every person I was talking to, like I could just feel a full expansion. But it was like I was seeing a mirror. Each person was me.
It's my own.
And as I went to each person, I kept on crossing stuff out. I'm like, this is so stupid. I'm like, I can't believe I even said this about myself. Like, what? I just, and as I heard everyone, I'm like, no, that's not you. And then I'm like, that's not me. That's not us. Like, it just, wow. It was an amazing experience. I love everyone.
How many of you felt the same thing? If you have felt the same, you can clap so that I will know how many of you have the same experience. Go ahead.
Swamiji, to begin with, looks like we are all independent individuals. But when you go down, deep down, we are all coming from the same
Source.
Purnamada, Purnamada.
How many of you felt the same? Clap. Good.
Swami, what I felt is two things. One is the life image is common across everybody I spoke with. Everybody is saying life is cruel, life sucks, and people are not good outside. That's a common thing I understood the whole life image. And one good thing, what I understood is people are opening up with authenticity. They are telling the truths behind their life. That's what I learned.
I usually try to show myself as a very strong and very independent woman and try to be very clear, etc., etc. And now I was very honest with a lot of people, and I said, sometimes I just want to be rude. I would love to be rude sometimes. Like when I open a door for some old lady and she's slow, I would love to say, come on, something like that. I never do that, but because of that I have a lot of anger in myself towards myself. And it was very relieving to say that. And the funny thing is that I have a lot of throat problems. For a long time I had that. And while saying that, after sharing with 2 or 3 people, my throat started like tinkling, and now it's like smooth. It's really good. Yes. Thank you.
Go ahead.
As we were going along, it started to hit. The memories really started to come in. And it came in so strong that the whole time I was saying it, the aspects were coming. I was seeing it repeated throughout my whole life.
Say, how many of you felt that so much of fear, guilt, anger, everything came out?
Anyway, I just felt like how amazing can things be as this is completed and to become free.
Go ahead.
Actually, I should thank you, Swami, for what I'm doing in my life. Since my last inner awakening, it's always been your teaching and trying to integrate that in my life. So when I was writing down the root patterns, I learned where I learned the withdrawal, and my husband is my team lead, so we work on each other. So I know that I project myself to be perfect, and I try, in inner view, it's like I like to be perfect, so I try my best to be perfect. So this always happens in between us, myself and my husband, that I stopped expecting from others, so I don't get hurt. So I feel now I'm looking back in my patterns that I would withdraw from people who I really don't want to, so I do not expect, so I don't get hurt from them, and that irritates my spouse. Because he will say, I'll tell him, I'm not expecting you to do anything for me. And when he kind of feels that, oh, you start this because you know that I will come. But I really tell him, I really don't care whether you're there or not. No difference, but it just irritates him. So I don't know whether it's the continuation of that withdrawal pattern, or I don't expect
It's a
anything.
continuation of withdrawal pattern. Go ahead.
It's fresh, and as said, most of us have the same life image.
Come on, go ahead.
Swamiji, initially I felt like, why is Swamiji telling us to do this? How is it going to help? But then as I spoke to people, whether it's male or female or young or old, whatever I shared with them, it was exactly the same, but the words were just different, that's all. And as I shared, what I was seeing was, initially I was telling that I'm feeling powerless and helpless inside. But after a few times, I was telling I'm powerful. And then I started to correct, I deliberately corrected myself and started saying that I am
Means
powerless.
the powerlessness is melting down.
Yeah,
The
that's what I
completion is
felt.
happening.
Yeah.
How many of you felt so much completion has happened?
Yes.
So much of reliving and completion has happened. Raise your hand. That's all. That's all is the purpose of the process. And it is happening. Great. Completing the root pattern. The root incident you discovered, you have completed within you. Now you need to complete that with the mirror. Completing with the, see, when you sit in the inner space and complete, it is completion, Purnatva Kriya. When you use the mirror and complete, it is Swapurnatva Kriya. Swapurnatva means completion with yourself. Pick up the mirror. At least 5 times. Complete with your root incident. Please pick up your mirror and sit. Lock your eyes into the mirror's eyes, your reflection. See the child part of you and the whole incident. Relive and relieve.